Let me ask you a very honest question. If XRP suddenly doubled in price tomorrow, would you actually understand why it happened? Or would it just feel like crypto just did a thing again? Because right now, something very interesting is happening behind the scenes with XRP. There's a growing buying pressure, short sellers are getting nervous, and a lot of technical signals are quietly building. But here's the problem. Most of the articles talking about this are written in a language that only professional traders understand. And if you're new to crypto or even an intermediate, it can feel like people are speaking a completely different language. So in today's video, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to break down what buy pressure actually means, what short sellers are in simple terms, and why this matters for XRP right now, and whether a price double is realistic or just hype. No jargon, no complicated maths, and no pretending that we're hedge fund managers using complex language for no reason. Just simple explanations so anybody can understand what's really going on. Quick reminder before we continue, if you enjoy this kind of content, calm, clear, no hype, me and Paula Talk Crypto host the UK Crypto Podcast. New episodes drop every Friday at 7 p.m. UK time right here on YouTube. We break down the biggest crypto stories of the week, regulation, markets, and what actually matters to UK investors. There's a link in the description. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next episode. All right, let's get back into XRP.
I am not a financial advisor. This video is based solely on my opinion on what I'm personally doing in this market. I also want to let you know that some of the links below and in the descriptions are affiliate links, meaning I may get a commission, but it will be at no extra cost to you. Please remember that under no circumstances will I ever contact you and ask you for investments. You can confirm all of my real social media handles in the description and also at milkshakematty.com. This content is for educational and entertainment only, and I'm not a financial advisor.
This video is based on a recent analysis from Cointelegraph and TradingView, looking at XRP price action and something called latent buy pressure. Now, don't worry about that phrase. We're going to explain it in plain English. But the headline idea is simple. There are signs that a lot of people are quietly preparing to buy XRP. At the same time, many traders are betting that XRP will fall. And when those two things collide, that's often when you see fast-paced price movements, sometimes very fast. So let's start from the beginning. When people hear buy pressure, they imagine something dramatic, like whales smashing the buy button. But in reality, buy pressure is very simple. It just means more people want to buy than want to sell. That's it. Think of it like this. Imagine 100 people in a room. 70 of them want to buy XRP and 30 of them want to sell XRP. What happens? Price slowly starts moving up because buyers are competing with each other on the markets. Now here's where it gets interesting. Sometimes people want to buy, but they haven't bought yet. They're waiting. They're watching and they're placing orders below the current price, because you don't just need to press the buy now button. You can pick the exact price that you want to buy should the price reach it. This is what latent buy pressure means. It means hidden buying demand that hasn't shown up in the price yet. It's like water building behind a dam. You don't see movement until suddenly the gates open and price moves very fast. Right now, XRP has been moving sideways for a while. Not crashing, not exploding, just drifting slowly. And this is exactly how big moves usually start. Because while price looks boring on the surface, underneath, long-term holders are accumulating, institutions are slowly positioning, and retail traders are getting impatient, and short sellers are building positions. And this creates tension, like stretching a rubber band. The longer it stays stretched, the stronger the snap when it finally moves. This part is really important, so let me explain it as clearly as I can. A short seller is somebody who bets the price will go down. They don't own a coin. Instead, they borrow XRP on a leverage exchange. They sell it at today's price. They hope to buy it back cheaper later. They return it and keep the difference. An example of that would be XRP is at $2. They sell it at $2, but then they buy back at $1.60 and they make 40 cents profit. It's simple. But here's the dangerous part. When you short, your risk is unlimited because a price can only fall to zero. So there is a bottom, but it can rise forever. And when prices rise too fast, short sellers panic. They rush to close positions, which means they are forced to buy XRP at a higher price. And that buying pushes the price higher, which forces more shorts to panic. This chain reaction is called a short squeeze. Now, I'm sure you've heard people mentioning a short squeeze, but it's clear to me when I've been talking to people, they don't know what these technical terms mean. So that's why I'm here. And short squeezes are one of the fastest ways for prices to explode in crypto. According to this analysis, we're seeing more traders opening short positions on XRP, more buy orders waiting below that price, and rising open interest in derivatives. In simple terms, a lot of people are betting XRP will fall right now. They think the price is going to go down. While at exactly the same time, a lot of people are quietly preparing to buy and they're putting buy orders in just below. This is a very delicate setup because if price starts rising even slightly, short sellers begin losing money. And when that happens, things can move very fast. Now let's talk realistically. No hype, no moon talk, just logic. If XRP is around $1.90 like it is today, and doubling will then make it $3.80. Now, is that a crazy number? No, it's absolutely not. XRP has traded around that before. And in crypto, a 2x move is not unusual. But the real question is not, can it double? The real question is, what would cause it to double? And there are three main drivers. If price rises, short sellers lose money. At certain levels, their stop losses trigger. They get margin calls or exchanges force close positions because they've lost too much money. And when that happens, they must buy more XRP. That buying pushes prices higher, which forces more shorts to close, which pushes prices higher again. And this is how sometimes you will see 20% rises in a day, 30% rises in a day, and then sudden breakouts, even without any news. Now, this part is very important for XRP specifically. XRP is not a meme coin, it's infrastructure, and infrastructure assets behave slightly differently. They move slowly until suddenly they don't. For months now, payment corridors have been expanding, institutional usage is growing, and regulatory clarity is improving, and integration continuing quietly. But price hasn't reflected that yet. And why? Because markets often price emotion first and fundamentals later. When sentiment flips or the way people feel flips, price catches up fast. We are still early in this cycle, and this matters. Early cycle behavior usually looks like this. Bitcoin leads, then the large caps, then infrastructure coins, then mid caps, and then meme coins. XRP historically performs best in early to mid cycles during institutional phases and during regulatory clarity, which is exactly where we are right now. Now, I need to be very clear. This setup does not mean XRP doubles tomorrow or next week or even this month. It simply means the probability of a large move is increasing. And smart crypto is not about predictions. It's about understanding probabilities, managing risk, positioning early, and being patient. This is not a hype moment. This is not a hype video. This is a pay attention moment. Very quickly, a quick word from today's sponsor, which is Tangent. And this one genuinely matters for what we're talking about, because if you're accumulating XRP or holding long term, leaving it on exchanges is one of the biggest risks that you can take. Tangent is a cold storage, hard store wallet. But unlike traditional wallets, there's no cables, no batteries, no screens, no seed phrases need to be written on pieces of paper. It's literally a card or a ring like I've got on my finger. You tap it on your phone, sign a transaction offline, and your private keys never touch the internet, which means no remote hacks, no exchange collapses, and no malware stealing keys. This is exactly how long-term holders should be storing assets like XRP. I personally use Tangent Wallet myself. If you want to check them out, there's a link in the description, and you'll also get a 10% discount using that code, right? Let's get back into the video. This is something I really want new viewers to understand. Most people only notice crypto moves after they've already happened. They say headlines like XRP is up 40% or XRP explodes or breakout confirmed. And they think, I missed it again. But big moves are visible long before they happen, just not the price. They're visible in positioning, behavior, sentiment, open interest, and order flow. And right now, behavior is quietly changing. This is not financial advice, it's just my personal thinking. When markets are quiet, sideways, boring, and full of doubt, that's when I accumulate. Not all at once, not aggressively, but steadily. because the best entries in crypto almost always feel uncomfortable. When everybody else is excited, you're usually too late. When everybody else is bored, you're usually early. So will XRP double again? No one knows the timing. But what I can tell you is this. The setup is becoming interesting. The positioning is shifting and the probability of a big move is rising. And now, hopefully, after this video, you understand why. If this video helped you understand crypto a little bit better, make sure you hit that subscribe button because this channel is about one thing: explaining complex crypto in simple ways so anybody can understand it. Drop me a comment down below. Are you holding XRP or are you just watching from the sidelines? Don't forget, the UK Crypto Podcast every Friday at 7 p.m. UK time is when the brand new episodes come out. There's a link in the description. Make sure you're subscribed to the Milkshake Matty channel. Click that bell button and you'll automatically get a notification for both my videos and the podcast. I'll see you on the next one. And remember this, the strength of the wolf is in the pack.